I hate to see Mason Rook's NXT in-ring debut, but I saw it anyway.
I've already seen this video.
Because we just finished talking about Phil Iggerson and fat guys.
Talked about NXT until this guy came in.
Crusher Blackwell, and some people, have you seen the people trying to tell me that I shouldn't be knocking old Mason Rook? Because, well, you managed Vader. Can somebody please fucking stand a picture of Vader next to a picture of Mason Rook and tell me what the fuck you're talking about? They have been compared.
It's like when you criticized Marco Stunt and everyone said, well, you like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, exactly. Or they said, what about Dusty? I know that everybody, doesn't do their homework, but Dusty was only pleasantly plump until the late 70s when he got over even more than, but he was already a star for 10 years. And there was a whole lot of difference in the verbal delivery as well as the overall psychology of the man. But nevertheless, they are comparing this guy to some of the more famous, I saw a Bam Bam Bigelow comparison, but some of the more famous big men in history. So when we heard that he was going to have his in-ring debut on the NXT show, the match was Miles Bourne and Tony D'Angelo against Cam Hendricks and Mason Rook. I said, okay. I saw Crusher Blackwell in his prime athletic years when the bell would ring and he would, in the first 2 minutes, blow you away. And people, and same thing with Bam Bam Bigelow, saw that too. And I've seen other athletic big men, as we've mentioned in the past, and all kinds of people that make an impact and get over and people's jaws drop on first sight of them. They compared, there was a Yokozuna. Somebody compared him to Yokozuna. So I said, I'll watch this and I will wait to be amazed. And I'm still waiting. Folks, it's not the weight of the man, it's the entirety of the presentation. And I don't know if the love child of Chaz Bono and Roseanne Barr can clear that hurdle. I'm not sure of his sexual orientation, but I believe his pronouns are gravy and cholesterol. He's got the pirate's disease, a sunken chest.
What'd you think of his gear?
I don't. This visual, this Dennis Corluzzo would be embarrassed to book this guy in Vineland, New Jersey if he was selling tickets. It looks like a fan just wandered in with his fantasy wrestling costume. But I was okay. I was waiting to be impressed by what everybody says is these blow-away moves and athleticism and blah, blah, blah. He got in. He traded blah punches that nobody sold with D'Angelo. He couldn't do a body slam. He jerked the guy up, hooked his head, and slammed him on his left hip. And I know there are a lot of proponents of the head hooking. Have I gone past everybody?
Well, explain.
When you pick a guy up for a body slam and your right arm is in between the guy's legs, right? And your left arm has him around the shoulder and neck, and you pick him up. The traditional way, and the way that most of the old timers did it, was to turn the guy over and slam him like that. But it became a thing, a mere 30 years ago or so ago, but now it's more common, where once they would pick the guy up, the guy that's slamming him would take his left hand and let go of underneath the guy's chest to put it behind the guy's head and turn him over that way, on the theory that, you want to turn him over nice and flat so you don't slam him wrong. ignoring the fact that whether the guy's posted up or not and you're sweaty, you've let the fucking guy go in midair. And that scared the fuck out of me the first time somebody did it to me. And I don't like it. How about that? But besides that, he slammed him on his leg. He just spun him up and slammed him on his left hip. The fuck? And then he's doing this thing where he puts the guy on his back and cannonballs the guy into the fucking turnbuckles. And I don't know if I'd be taking that from that fat ass either. Because there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and you're also traveling at a high rate of speed with your neck in a compromised position. And also, while I'm on the subject, he and his partner went to shoot the guy off for a double elbow, and the fucking partner hit the guy with the elbow, and Mason Rook was 3 feet short and just stood there and looked at him go down. So the other 3 guys had an okay Green Guys tag team match, and they look like athletes, but this looks like somebody tagged in the Stay Puft Man. It's just him, and he did a head palm shoot off, for fuck's sake. The only other thing he could have done is fucking jump in a voting booth and vote for Trump to make me hate this fucking guy. Oh, and when he's made a save after his partner was being covered by D'Angelo or whatever, he just jumped up and landed on both of them in their fucking stomach. So this guy needs a lot of fucking work, and to be able to control that big ass that he's throwing around. So. The finish, he hit the guy with a Death Valley driver and covered him, but his partner had tagged in unbeknownst, that he pushed Mason off and covered him, and Mason stared at him while he got the 3 count. So there's obviously, he was making a pouty face at the partner behind him, so there was obviously heat. And then later on, Cam, I guess he came out to cut a promo about how great he was, and Mason Rook came back out in sweatpants and a goddamn ill-fitting sweatshirt or sub-top, like a fucking mooch out of the goddamn parking lot, and turned on the guy. Well, didn't turn on him. He was already mad at him, and just beat him up and hit him with the thing. Why do they let him in front of a camera he shouldn't take a mug shot in street clothes. That just oh my God. This is embarrassing. I'm sorry. Your thoughts?
When they signed him, I saw photos, and I saw photos of him with his previous name. He had longer hair. Can't do anything about the baby face right now unless he wears a mask or, grows facial hair suddenly. It doesn't look like that.
What about a good car accident where he's thrown face first through the windshield?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. But
I'm just trying to help.
The point is, he got this haircut, and he doesn't look scary or tough or imposing, whether he is or isn't, whether they think he is or isn't. He doesn't come across, and it's just bizarre that they would immediately put him in there. And this is the big push. He's been beating up Tony D'Angelo. His first match is a tag match. There were a few points in there where he ducked something and he went for a clothesline. The guy was just ready. It was like they've rehearsed everything. Nothing felt natural. And, he didn't blow me away. The way, like you said, others have. Now, others, usually the first time you see him, it was in a squash match, and they really were impressive. But he's a big guy doing the moves other guys do, and I can't tell how tall he is. How tall is he?
I don't honestly know. How tall is a fucking bowling pin?
Oh, apparently he's 6'4".
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit.
Apparently he's 29 years old.
Holy Christ. He's either going to live to be 150 or he's got that Benjamin Button disease. What the that's 29 years old? He'd get carded to buy bubble gum. What in the world?
I'm shocked. I did not know.
I'm still telling you, the Chernobyl cherub, the 11-year-old mutant from Chernobyl, is the only gimmick. And he needs to come out there and almost talk baby talk. Like you've been mean to me, big man. I crush. And that would get over. And they could put the Geiger counter on the screen when he comes out, and they can glow the whole arena. The whole arena starts glowing green, right? And the green lights, and then they got the Geiger counter on the screen, and then as soon as he comes out, it flatlines off the charts. And the fucking shit starts melting, and here he comes, the Chernobyl cherub, the giant fucking mutant 11-year-old.
Yeah, and that was the highlight of NXT. Beyond that, it's an awful show. I don't care what anyone says.
Let me read you some of these names that we could see appearing on NXT. We got Kehlani Jordan, Izzy Dame, Lola Vice. I gotta admit, that one's got a little kick to it. Kendall Gray, Ren Sinclair, Romeo and Noam. I don't know who the fuck they are.
Noam is British.
Layla Diggs and Jada Parker, Tristan Angels, Romeo Marino. What the fuck is this? Wait a minute. Lizzie Rain, we saw her. Tatum Paxley. Didn't she get an Oscar? Was starring in Paper Moon?
That's Tatum O'Neal.
Oh, okay.
She was brilliant as a child actress. Bad News Bears.
Yeah. Tatum Paxley, not so much. Keanu Carver, Tate Wilder. What the hell? Saquon Sugars and Dion Lennox is a tag team. Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor.
Ricky Smokes. They already have Ricky Saint.
Yeah. I'm sorry we're missing all that. That's a shame. Well, Brian, the thing is, poor old Mason Rook, the one kind of constant thing that I've been